Hi, I'm Terry Kimball, President and CEO here at the Chandler Chamber, and I'm really excited. We have Eloyce Gillespie here, and she is running for Chandler Unified School District Governing Board. So welcome.
Thank you, Terry.
So I want to start off and tell Chandler voters why you are running for governing board.
That is a really great question. Governing board is such a critical piece of the education process for students. And with my background and experience over the years, I believe that I can be that voice to help that continuous improvement in Chandler and also be a consistent person there to give voice to parents, students, community, and provide that accountability piece to the community as well. What are we doing in Chandler? How are we doing it? And how is it going to impact you? How are we going to impact the lives of students and the Chandler community?
I love that. So let's start with Chandler is a big district. So what do you think is the biggest, some of the biggest issues that Chandler Unified School District is facing within the next, 4 to 5 years or in the future?
Well, thank you. Some of the bigger issues we're facing, curriculum, as our world changes, as people change, are we keeping up with the needs of students? The needs of students, as well, innovation. Our world is becoming more technological. What are we doing in Chandler to prepare students to live in that world? And additionally, kids who aren't so tech savvy or don't want to go that way, what other options are we providing for them? We have military, we have straight to career, we have lots of choices available in our society. So are we as Chandler preparing students to live in the world they're going to live in, not the world today?
Great. So the Chandler Chamber represents about 172,000 employees here in Chandler. And so we have a large business base. If elected, how will you continue to foster a positive relationship with the Chandler Chamber and that business community?
Well, one thing that I do know is that Chandler has some really great programs in conjunction with some of the chamber businesses. And really my goal, especially being new to the board, is to go in, let's find out what's working well. We don't need to bother that. We just need to monitor that. And then let's go find some more great things for kids to be involved in, for staff to be involved in as well, so that we can make sure we keep a strong connection between the business community and the school, because we are the foundation. Companies are bringing their families here, and we want them to choose Chandler Unified.
Of course, of course. We're a little impartial to that. So stepping into a school board role, that's a big step. How have you prepared yourself adequately to run for this office?
Wow, that is a good.
What are some of the
good
things that you've
question.
done?
Some of the things that I've done, most of them come out of my career experience. So, for example, interviewing. I've interviewed in many positions in leadership. I've always kind of been the go-to person. So I try to ensure that I'm familiar and keep pace with what's going on. And if there's something that I need more research on, either I do that, I reach out to people in the community, I reach out to businesses. Tell me what you're thinking. Tell me what I need to know. So I'm an information gatherer, if you will. And that has really helped me. I've worked for a major corporation, Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company, so that took me to the larger scope of things. I've worked for a small regional company in Kansas that kept me on the local side of things. I also work in school finance right now, and I was a teacher for many years. So yay for teachers. So those experiences, all of those things, I really wanted to be in the leadership role. And so with that, I do take classes and make sure that I stay on pace with what good leadership looks like.
Great. So one of the big things for our employers is what that talent pipeline looks like. How will you prioritize and advocate for community partnerships to strengthen Chandler's overall workforce pipeline?
Good question. Good relationships. being in places where I can use my position as a board member to help foster those partnerships. Talking to the school side, the district side, what are the needs of the students? What are the needs of the teachers? Finding out those things. And then taking that information, pairing it with what our business partners can offer, and putting the two together and making a good relationship.
Great. So, because that's so critical as we go forward. Chandler Unified is a large district. What do you think are some of their biggest strengths as well as challenges or areas of opportunities for us to work on?
Now, one of the biggest strengths is presence in the community. I see billboards, I see signs. We have our schools, of course. That's one. Another thing is the reputation of Chandler across the state. Chandler is known to be a phenomenal school district, and those are things we want to hold on to and foster. For opportunities, we've had some challenges here in the media lately. And Chandler has addressed those things, one of those things being school safety. And so we need to make sure that the actions that have been taken to improve school safety are serving the community. We can do things, but it may not serve any purpose. So we need to make sure that we are watching our metrics on things such as school safety, communication, some of the diversity issue things that have come up. We need to make sure what message are we communicating and how are we supporting all of our stakeholders, because we have over 40,000 students, over nearly 5,000 staff, and we have to be in service to all of them.
That's great. So if you are elected and successful in November, what would you say your number one or number two priority that you want to hit the ground running on after taking office are?
Wow, that's a really strong question. My number one priority would be communicating with the community. Tell me what you feel is going well. Tell me where we need to look. Because that's what drives the school and the success of school. So not only the community at large, teachers and students as well, from our littles all the way to our students who are super seniors. Tell me what's going well. Give them the opportunity to have a voice. I think that's what I would do first.
I love the little and the super seniors. So we have a short amount of time here, but we've kind of asked a wide variety of questions. But is there anything I may not have asked you that you feel is important for the voters to know about you? Or is there something that you want to say to them?
I want to say to the voters, I want to ask you to trust me. I want to ask voters to believe in me. I want to ask voters to trust that I will be the best person to do the right thing for the students and community of Chandler.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. Eloyce. Eloyce. I am so sorry. Eloyce Gillespie. Eloyce Gillespie, running for Chandler Unified School District Governing Board.